Last time on Galaxy Gremlin.
The polar scope went out of alignment. My computer decided it was not going to work and started to freeze. And finally, the FTDI cable, the one piece that connects the mount to the laptop and keeps everything running smoothly, decided to give up the ghost. And finally, at the end of the last episode, I picked up a brand new cable, and it's time to find out whether it did the trick. If you remember back to the last episode, I managed to grab around 70 30-second subs, all of which of them were taken using the Mount's onboard computer, which is famous for being less than fantastic. I also said the word nebulosity way too many times, but despite all that, we ended up with this, a little glimpse of what the scope could actually be capable of. And I will say again, it brought out that lovely nebulosity, even if it was very faint. So let's see if we had a bit longer, if we could actually do better than this. Because it's a new cable, I'm treating tonight a little bit like a test run. Hopefully it'll just turn out to be a good night, everything going well. But because I've never done this type of workflow before, I'm going to have to try and treat this a little bit different. The long and short of it is, I basically had to relearn how to make the scope behave itself. And funnily enough, that actually turned out to be the easiest part of the whole night. I plugged everything in and it just worked. Thank goodness. Slewing from one side of the cosmos to the other, like almost razor-like accuracy. But of course, the astro gods had a secret weapon ready for this. The classic enemy of every astrophotographer. Clouds.
Well, there we go folks, that's what you get when you rely on the weatherman. We are supposed to have clear skies tonight and we instead have many clouds.
And of course, clouds absolutely love it when you make plans. So they rolled in and then decided to stick around for an entire month. Oh God, I hate the Met Office. Last night I went out on the promise that the Met Office was saying that it was going to be a lovely clear night, and in fact the opposite happened. We had a good 2 hours worth of clear skies in which I calibrated the scope. We waited for Pleiades to breach the horizon and rise high enough so that we can actually physically take shots without the afterglow from the sky. And when it got to the required height, at that exact same moment, the clouds rolled in. As you can probably tell, I was monumentally miffed off. A whole month of clouds is enough to make even the calmest person downright irritable. But there were some positives to take away from this experience. The tracking actually worked, and that was, to me, a big relief, because the last time this occurred, I had to take nearly a month, 2 months to try and get it working. So the fact that it was working was a real bonus. So all I needed now was a bit of clear sky to grab some decent data. Hello again. This is the third night now. This is the third night in almost 2 months to try and get Pleiades. And tonight we're setting up, hopefully for the last time. The weather has been god awful, but we have one brief window after Storm Malcolm or Nicola or something on those lines. Anyway, there's been a storm and there was now a nice front. So we're going to get this all put together and we're going to try again. Third time lucky. It's only fair that you have a bit of an idea of the work processes that we're doing. So at the moment I'm setting up, I'm trying to find a star in the sky called Vega. So, you may have heard in the news that there is a comet out there. The comet's called Lemon A2 or something on those lines, and it's named after the observatory that found it. And I'm hoping before Pleiades starts coming out, because it is only on the horizon at the moment, I can just about see it cresting the light pollution. I want to try and take about 30 minutes of my time just to try and capture it, see what I can get. If I don't get it, I'm going back to Pleiades anyway. Fortunately, the comet has in fact gone below the horizon, so I can't get this, which is a shame. There's another one that comes up early in the morning, Comet Swan. Don't think I'm going to get that, to be honest. I'd probably be asleep. So, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this bad boy around and we are going to look on the other side of the cosmos to Pleiades. Absolute. Okay, next thing to do is to get this in focus, make sure it's framed up nicely, and we'll let this bad boy run for the majority of the night. Okay, I've taken the first bit of a sample. It's looking really good, it's framed up. I'm just checking now that it's nice and in focus using the Batonov mask. Now, the last two attempts I have left the Batonov mask, so I'm not going to make that mistake again. So I've put it on a 30-second timer. I'm waiting for that timer to come up so it can show me what we've got, and here's hoping, because I'm quite excited about this. It looks really good tonight. Stars are nice, not twinkling much. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello there. So, what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see that, I'm just going to look back and I'm going to zoom in on the stars, and I can see actually that the stars are not too bad. A slight bit of correction needed, I think, but not massive amount. I'm really pleased with that. Very, very pleased with that. So we're going to let this bad boy run. Okay, I've had this running now for about 3 or 4 shots, and I'm rather impatient. So I'm going to, in about 5 seconds, it should be coming up, and I'll be having a quick look at it, and then we'll let it run for the rest of the night. Oh, that's it. Let's have a little look. Okay. So, here. We like what we see here. We very much like what we see. It hasn't budged a muscle either, nearly. It's really, really still. The stars are gorgeous. There's a little bit of coma there, maybe. Just a little bit in the stars. They're a little bit oval shaped, I would say. I might have a little look and see if it's something to do with the focusing. Shouldn't be, but I'll have a look. It's not horrific. It's definitely not horrific. And as a whole, that is just absolutely stunning. Hopefully we'll get a few more looking like that. Fantastic. Well, since then it's been a month, and I have then processed the data that we got. In total, I did another night's worth of data, and in total I got something like 8-9 hours worth of integrated data. So 8 hours worth of shots all stacked together to try and bring out the best detail from Pleiades. Now, since I've done that as well, the scope has really gone from strength to strength. I've also taken a picture of the Perseus double star cluster, which turned out to be absolutely fantastic, and the night was really clear, so I was well chuffed with that. But Pleiades was obviously the target we were after that night. So this is what we did, and this is the results. I'm very, very pleased with it. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all clear skies. And just remember to please
like
and
subscribe.
clear skies.